He is the Tinfoil Chef, a man with a video love.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, I'll tell you what, got some really, something really kind of goofy. A genuinely goofy moment in poker. Now, you know how it is when you're playing and you kind of misread the hand or you misread the table and you end up betting where you shouldn't and stuff like that. You know, I've done that plenty of times. And I make mistakes occasionally, and I bet where I realize a few seconds later that I shouldn't have, and, you know, and stuff like that. It happens. But I saw a really goofy moment in poker yesterday. I was playing in a game, and a new player was moved to my table. Well, I don't think it was a new player, but you know, he was moved to the table I was playing. And he came into the table, he had 1,000 chips. And on the very first hand he was dealt, the very first hand that was dealt to him, he decides to push all in before seeing the flop. And now that's the kind of move that will get people's attention. You go all in without seeing the flop, they're going to assume that you really got something there. The thing is, there were several people on the table that had quite a number of chips, and well, when I saw him do that, I immediately folded. But there were like 3-4 other people that had enough that 2 of the smaller ones went all in along with him, and there was a couple of others that had enough chips that they could just call that bet without going all in. And so here we go. We've got like 4 or 5 people all in, started by this guy that came in with 1,000 chips. And he does his pre-flop all in with and all that, and you know, you think maybe he's got something like an ace-king or a pair of aces or a pair of queens or something, you know, something reasonably good to go all in with. Then there's the flop. It's nothing special, just a mixed bag of lower cards and so on. And by the time it gets out, after the river card is dealt, finally you get to see everybody's whole cards to see who had what and determine the winner. And Mr. All-In pre-flop on his first hand, you know what he had? A 7 of spades and a 4 of clubs. A 7-4 offsuit, and he goes all in pre-flop. Now I can understand that as a bluff if A, he had a whole lot more than 1,000 chips, and B, he had been on the table watching players and kind of getting a feel for how each individual is playing and so on. I can see that. But at this particular site, you can't watch a game that you're not in. At least I've never found a way to do it. So, yeah, that's a really goofy moment in poker. You know, and in my personal opinion, you go to a new table and you get your first hand. If you don't have like pocket aces or something really good like that, you do not push all in before seeing the flop. You just don't. This guy did. Needless to say, he was all out right then. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.
Mr. TinFoilChef.